Redwig will absolutely not veer from being supportive of Joni Lamb, not because maybe in the back of her mind she doesn't have a little bit more sense and wisdom than all of this, but because there's money involved, there's business involved, and because of that, it makes her a complete sellout to righteousness. This isn't about the truth for Anna Kendall. This is about Joni's perspective, the voice of God to her. She doesn't want to stand up and do the right thing. She wants to support her friend. This is what it's become about. And in a little bit, we'll go over a story that Julie Royce broke regarding the treatment of somebody that was working for them and how despicable, greedy, and I would dare say that they had suspicions, irrational suspicions of people that were everywhere around them. And why was that? Because of money. It's all been about money for Anna Kendall. It's no surprise she's sitting at that table. It's no surprise she will tell any lie that Joni Lamb wants her to tell. She will make up places that and the situations of how it all went down. She'll do that because she's a firecracker. She's a firecracker for Joni Lamb.
Before we continue, this video dives into the stories of two supposed truthful and faithful marriage therapists, the Kendall family.
Hello, dear. Love you.
All right, now I want to brag on Anna before we get started. She wouldn't say this about herself.
And Dr. Doug Weiss.
I've been doing this work for over 35 years.
Stay tuned, because we're about to reveal a lot more than you might expect.
Hello, dear. Love you.
All right, now I want to brag on Anna before we get started. She wouldn't say this about herself, but to tell you a glimpse of her ability and her quality. Listen to this. This is remarkable. She was the personal executive assistant for Mary Kay Ash, and almost every lady out there knows who that is. Legendary figure who was the founder of Mary Kay Cosmetics.
Yes.
And I would put Anna on the spot, but I'm not. I would ask her if she's wearing any Mary Kay today, but I want to ask her. You don't have to answer that.
Anna Kendall, alongside her husband Fred Kendall, co-founded Life Languages, a company dedicated to helping individuals and organizations improve communication and relationships. Their system claims to provide deep insights into personal and professional interactions, shaping how people understand and connect with one another.
What in the world are the life languages?
All right. Well, the life languages are actually communication styles. And God gave us all the 7 life languages, or the 7 communication styles from Romans 12.
So we all have the 7, but
Yes.
just in different orders or
Descending
degrees.
order. That's
Okay.
right.
We've had people all over the world, all 7 continents, call us, contact us, primarily email.
It was only a matter of time before Fred Kendall earned the nickname Fred Wig, following in the footsteps of his wife, Anna, who's widely known as Red Wig.
Yes, that's right. Redwig and Fredwig. And these two, being all a part of Life Languages and the different things, I believe that there's been sales of their former company into Daystar with Joni Lamb, business things, allegedly. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up in money. It's all mixed up in money. In this next little clip, we're going to have an introduction to a woman that becomes fairly acquainted with what and who Redwig and Fred, who they are behind the scenes. And it gets pretty ugly.
Viewers of Daystar TV recognize them both, but the bigger question remains. How did this couple become so deeply embedded in Joni Lamb's inner circle? What role did they play behind the scenes? And how much influence did they truly have? Let's uncover the connections that brought them into the heart of the Daystar empire.
Back, Miss Anna.
All right.
To marrying Fred Kendall.
Okay.
The Marine.
Meet Melanie Contreras, a former Daystar TV insider who is now speaking out.
It's because they don't know the truth. So that's what I can offer. I don't have all the solutions, but I can offer a few details, a few pieces of truth.
She worked for the Kendalls as a senior certified trainer for about 15 years. Her ex-husband Greg Brondo was the head of IT for Daystar and the guy who discovered the salacious correspondence between Marcus Lamb and his mistress Janice Smith, who was also a Daystar employee.
Now, before we get into the story that Melanie Contreras was able to bring to Julie Royce to kind of show the kind of people that Fred and Anna Kendall are, I want to show just a little clip of some of the background, because Fred and Anna had their problems and their marriage was saved. They got through it. They fought hard to be together. And here's just a little clip of Anna sort of divulging, talking about herself and how she had to deal with Fred. Take a look.
And I was furious. I thought this red hair was there for one reason. I was angry. Okay.
And you had your red blouse on at the same time.
That's right. I was angry.
Yeah.
He would take tapes of the Bible and put them up to my bedroom door and play tapes of the Bible all night. We went through the Old Testament and the New Testament, and Derek Prince deliver us from demons.
So y'all were in separate bedrooms.
Yes.
So it's interesting in watching this entire clip on Julie Royce and her expose of Fred and Anna Kendall. Julie Royce makes the, she makes the observation that what Fred did to Anna was really odd. I mean, he would just play super loud tapes outside of her room, like all night. And a very, some might say abusive thing to do. And Fred's not the nicest guy, as you're going to see from the indication of what Melanie Contreras has to share regarding her experience with them. So many years ago, as you've already seen, she was a support worker working with them, an assistant. She knew the ins and outs, very loyal, very faithful, a kind woman who would basically do, what they would like her to do, be it, keep company happy over here, or whatever. And this is exactly what happened in this clip that I'm about to show you of I just a horrible, horrible situation. Basically, Melanie was told that she should keep I believe it's two women, happy, and take them out for a little bit, keep them busy because Fred and Anna weren't ready for them. And their son had given this instruction to Melanie, maybe take them for coffee or make sure that they're okay. And somehow the son's instructions and what Fred and Anna assumed was going to be done they didn't hear each other. They didn't know. Fred and Anna weren't aware, I guess, of what the son, their own son, had told Melanie. Keep these ladies busy. And this is the fallout. And this is what Melanie had to go through. And consider that these are Christian people. These are people that are supposed to have the love of the Lord. And in actual fact, to a very faithful employee. This is how it went down.
When we got to the Kendall's house, I had to park down the way. They live in a cul-de-sac, and I had to park down the way. There was too many cars in the circle, and we get up to their door, and Fred and Anna are both in the doorway when they meet us, and the ladies are in front of me, and we're all going to walk into the house, and they let the ladies in. And Anna looks at me and gives me like a look that is just pure hate, anger. And I'm bewildered. Like, I have no idea what is going on. Why are you mad at me? And she gives me this look, and then she turns around and she goes, to greet the ladies. And I think I'm going to follow them in. When I first got there, I thought I'm going to follow them in and say hello and goodbye and whatever. Not to have dinner with them, but just to, anyway. And, Fred is standing in the threshold of the door after Anna turns around and goes to be with the women, and he's blocking the door. When I thought it was weird, he starts coming outside and pointing at me
I just want to
And
say,
so I
just
backed
want to
up.
say right here in the middle of this. Imagine this beautiful lady, Melanie, a gentle spirit, a faithful employee of Fred and Anna Kendall. She's been told by the son, keep these ladies busy because Fred and Anna are not ready for them. And just keep them busy. So she's taken them out for a little bite to eat, kept them at the risk of like not going home. And, you know, she kind of explains later on, you know, that we won't get into in this broadcast, but she explains it on Julie Roy's podcast that, you know, her husband's kind of like, where are you? I mean, now it's getting late. And, you know, why aren't you home? And, you know, she kind of felt like she was like pushing the limits of her personal space and personal time. But she's doing it because there was a need to help Fred and Anna. There was a need because their son expressed this, that, you know, that please keep them busy. She gets there. Can any of you picture kind, precious, Anna Kendall giving anyone a dirty look? I mean, can you picture it? It's so hard, isn't it, when you see the big smile, the big smiley face? It's hard to picture. It really is. Can we get a big smiley Anna Kendall face right here? That would be super cool. So what happens is that Fred's in no mood. So Anna's given her the dirtiest look of all time, and Fred's in a bad mood too. Let's see what happens.
And he shuts the door behind him to the house, and he starts telling me how angry he is with me, how angry that he and Anna are with me, and that I'm trying to steal his clients, and that I had no business taking them anywhere, and that was assigned to Michael, and I had no business doing it, and I was supposed to have them there to eat, and I shouldn't have taken them to eat because now they're not going to be hungry, and Anna made all this food, and that I did it on purpose, and that I was so manipulative, and I was just trying to steal clients, and I was trying to steal the business. And then he's walking, and he's pointing at me, and so I'm walking backwards on the sidewalk, and I'm just in terror. Like, I don't know what this guy's going to do. And he's, you know, getting louder and louder. The further away from the house we get, he's getting louder and louder. And we go all the way down the sidewalk. I'm trying to get to my truck so I can just leave. And follows me all the way over there. And I'm afraid to turn around. But I wait till there's a break in what he's saying. And I open the door to the truck. And when I opened the door to the truck, he grabbed the door and he pushed it all the way open, and he grabbed the frame on the other side, and he's leaning into me, and he's so angry. He's all red and his veins are sticking out, and he's spitting, and he was so close to me that spit is getting on my face. And he's telling me all these things, and he would only let go long enough to point at me again, and he's getting really close to like where he's going to be touching my chest. And I'm just trying to back up, and I'm pretty short. And so the truck, I wouldn't have been able to step backwards up into the truck. I would have had to turn around and get a big step in there to get into the truck. And so I was afraid to turn around. I didn't know what was going to happen. And I didn't know what he was going to do or how far this was going to go. And I couldn't, like, I was so afraid I couldn't make like logical conclusions in my thoughts. I just was afraid. That's all. And he kept on and kept on. And at one point he let go of the frame and he wiped his face off. And I used that opportunity to get situated and try to get into the truck, but I wasn't successful the first time. And so then he, at one point, let go of the door. And when he let go of the door with the other hand to wipe his face, I climbed up in that truck and I grabbed the handle and I pulled it as hard as I could. And he, I guess, didn't want to get his hands, stuck in there. And so he did like this, and he backed up, and I shut the door and I locked it and I started the truck and I just started to drive. And he was on the side of the truck. He wasn't in front or in back, so I could just pull away safely. And I was just
Wow.
shocked and
We all
so
are
afraid and didn't know now what's going to happen. And
crazy.
I was crying. And I had been crying the whole time that he was yelling at me also. But, you know, now that I was driving away and I really started crying, and
I bet that poor woman just started crying and crying because Fred is crazy. And Redwig's sitting there giving her the dirtiest look. And all because they think somehow this precious woman that is not there to steal their business or become them, that they're so worried about her meeting with their very wealthy clients or people that have money. How dare you take them out? No clue that she'd actually been asked by their son. And this escalates to such a level because of greed, because of gluttony for power, for association with those that have funds. How very bizarre. So here's a little bit more on Redwig.
Redwig at the end, listen to what she said.
I don't even know if he actually saw anything.
Because he had his back to her.
How you know that, Redwig? Nobody told you on the show. You getting ahead of the script, Redwig. You getting ahead of the script. You wasn't supposed to say that yet. Other words, Redwig is so eager to be a ride or die that she said, Joni, I'm going to just throw in something in there. I'm going to just say his back was turned to her. His back was turned to her. You wasn't there, Redwig. But somehow, you know his back was turned to her. Brothers and sisters, Joni is telling Pete's side of the story. That's all this is.
Anna Kendall will be supportive of any story, lie, slanderous accusation, any way, any agenda of Joni Lamb. Anna Kendall will want to be a part of that. Not only that, Anna Kendall and Fred, in spite of being marriage counselors, standing up for marriage, making it through anything, surviving infidelity, making sure that you stay together no matter what, will wholeheartedly endorse as Joni Lamb marries her friend's husband, Lisa Weiss. Was she not a friend? Showed up many times to the studio with her husband, Doug Weiss. As Doug would extol the praises of Lisa Weiss, in the presence, perhaps, of Anna Kendall, they would be known to each other. Doug Weiss, a guest multiple times at the table of deception. And yet when Joni Lamb says, this is the man I've chosen, this is the man I'm in love with, Anna Kendall, as seen in this clip right here, basically supporting anything that Joni Lamb wants to do, even running off with someone else's husband.
Let me just say this real quick. You have the opportunity for more happiness. I don't think you wait.
Yeah.
And I think that's where God has brought you to realize this life is over just like that. Mm-hmm. So, and he's giving you this new and exciting chance. So you don't want to waste any time.
That's good. That's good.
So, Joni, are you ready for me to introduce your fiance?
Are y'all ready?
Yes! Everybody welcome, please, Dr. Doug Weiss.
Hi, baby.
What we have here is a group that collude together. They lie together. They have made a broadcast empire based on deception. They do not care what the truth is. They just care to support one another's greedy ministries. This is not about serving the Lord. This is not about integrity, speaking the truth. This is not about the 10 Commandments in any way, shape, or form. This is not about God. This is about their dirty interactions, their financial dealings together, and their covering for one another, no matter what.